This is Movies and Contemplation with Jarokk and...
Oh, am I talking to you?
Yeah. Hello, everybody. Welcome back.
Hi.
What's going on, gang?
Hope everyone's doing well.
Yes, hope everybody's doing very well. We have a Cali pick.
We do. Boy, do we do.
Boy, do we got a pick.
We're doing 50 Shades of Grey. Now, I decided to mainly go over the first movie. And if things pop out here and there, then let it be. So, yeah, let's talk about the wine. Oh my God, am I excited for this wine?
What is it?
I saw this at the last minute. I already picked out something, and then as soon as we left the wine aisle, I turned to the right, and there it was.
The rib tickler.
The rib tickler.
The rib tickler. Oh.
Oh.
Because he gets up in there like a chimney sweep and he tickles the ribs.
Sure.
Is that it?
If that's what you think.
That's what I just envisioned.
Oh, well, I thought rib tickler like using a tickler to tickle like the sides if you're tickling
Either way,
yeah.
I think we pretty much just nailed the movie in two different aspects.
Yeah, we did.
So
yeah. It's really cool. The bottle art, it kind of looks like a tattoo.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah, let me see. Ooh, okay, hold on.
Yeah, give it to me.
Take it slow and easy. Savor the flavor. Ripe, juicy raspberry and blackberry fruit.
Hang on, take it back to one. You gotta read that sexier, man.
I'm just trying to read it.
This is 50 Shades. Here, I'll read it.
Okay, you be Mr.
I'll fucking
Here,
read
you
it.
do it.
I'll be Mr. fucking Grey here.
Yeah.
I'll be Dorian Gray. Take it slow and easy. Savor the flavor. Ripe, juicy raspberry and blackberry fruit. Caramel and vanilla from the oak. A tickle of pepper spice. It's the rib tickle.
Oh my God, you just made me flood my basement.
You better fucking believe it.
So hot. Good job.
That's how he sounds the entire goddamn film.
Okay, we'll get into that.
All right.
But hold on. This wine is actually a Shiraz.
It is a Shiraz.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very nice Shiraz.
Very nice. It's been a while since I've had Shiraz. Shiraz is very spicy. It's a little more on the spicy side.
It does have a little spice.
Very peppery. All right, next business.
That's what I just put. The handy dandy Shakespearean notebook.
Yeah. Okay. I got naughty, lily-livered. Get this. I totally did not do this on purpose.
Okay.
Tickle brain.
Look at that.
I didn't.
Tickle brain.
I had to flip through the top two because we've picked those already. But anyway, naughty, wicked, worthless. This word had a stronger meaning in Shakespeare's time than in ours. Lily-livered, easily scared, cowardly. Tickle brain, drunk tard. Tickle brain is a type of strong liquor.
You tickle brain.
Oh, it's drunkard.
Oh, a drunkard. What'd
I thought
you
it
say?
said drunk tard.
Oh, God.
I've heard that before. I was like, that's not very Shakespeare, but yeah. Drunkard. Tickle brain. I guess that's just someone... Oh, I guess it... All right.
You're drunk, so your brain's tickled.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you're laughing at everything. You're falling over.
It's a type of strong liquor that makes you silly.
And we'll see if the rib tickler takes us there. Okay.
We shall see.
Yes. So, Callie, what does this movie mean to you?
Okay, this movie does not mean really anything to me. It really doesn't mean much. This is a guilty pleasure. Like, I feel guilty for liking this, but I like it. Yeah. And I think that's maybe... I'm talking about the book.
Oh.
First of all. Well, because I read the book first.
Right.
I really didn't know about it until I think like whispers about like the movie. Because this whole book, written by E.L. James, it started out as Twilight fan fiction on some website. Like, I guess a more adult version of Twilight.
Wait, this did?
The book, yeah, 50 Shades of Grey.
Because I get a hardcore, I was going to say that, because I get a hardcore fucking Twilight thing to this is Twilight. I mean,
Yes.
I'm sorry, it is.
It is.
It's Twilight without the fucking sparkling vampires and just hardcore sex on top of fucking, I mean, S&M.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I guess it did really well. So the writer decided to make a whole book series out of it. And it's just so funny because like this book I don't know if it was because it started out as Twilight and Twilight was such a huge phenomenon. I never read the books. I tried. You did? Yeah, my mom gave me the first one for Christmas like so many years ago, but I was like, ew, what is this crap?
I tried because an ex was like, oh, no, you'd actually really I don't know why she sounded like Donald Trump right there. But she was like, no, you'd really... That's better. No, you'd really like it. And I was like, okay, well, let me...
Why did she think you'd like it?
Because of the vamp... Because I can only assume because I was a huge fan of like Underworld and I did like the werewolf vampire. Like, I did like... I love that aspect of just werewolves and vampires having a fucking eternal feud.
Yeah.
I love that idea. And I can only assume that was why. And she was all, yeah, there's werewolves and there's vampires and all kinds of shit. And she had me read, I do remember this, she had me read a fight from, I guess, the second book, I think.
New Moon?
Or the third. I can't remember. It was the little fucking, the youngest werewolf bit the arm off of the dude. She had me read that fight. And I was like, okay, that's a little interesting, I guess.
She tried to hook you with the violence? She
tried to hook me with the fucking violence. She tried to fucking fish hook me.
Oh my god.
So I was like, okay, sure. And then I just opened the book one day and I went straight to the fucking sparkling in the sunlight shit. And I was like, this is utter trash.
Yeah.
This is garbage. The fuck is this? I gotta show you something. I'm a fucking monster. And then he fucking takes his shirt off and he's sparkling. But anywho, we're talking about Grey now. Let's back to Dorian.
Well, no. I never watched or got interested in Twilight at all until Riff Tracks made fun of it.
Oh god.
And
I'll watch that shit religiously.
Yeah, that's what made me...
Because of them.
Yeah, I enjoy Twilight because they are the voices in my head when I'm thinking about this fucking film.
Absolutely.
And I feel like 50 Shades of Grey kind of got the same kind of treatment where I think like Twilight was a guilty pleasure as well for like, I would say more like adults. But as soon as the movie started getting buzz, I was like, all right, let me try out this book. And it's okay. I don't know much else about the writer and whatnot, but the writing is not great. You can't. I think this was one of the first books I ever got on my Kindle.
So that was audio book.
Not audio, but on my tablet.
Yeah.
But the writing is not great. Not saying that I can do better. I think I'm better or whatnot, but like she's no Francesca Leia Block.
No.
If you don't know who that is, she is an amazing writer. Her writing, just look her up. I can go on and on about her. She's been my favorite author.
Now, did she do White Oleander?
No,
okay.
That was Janet Fitch.
Okay.
Yeah, but that's why I liked her as well because they kind of have the same kind of writing
because
style.
That White Oleander kind of gives me the like a Francesca Leia Block. And of course the only book, and I only read like certain things about hers, was that fucking Centaur Meets a Wood Nymph.
Yes, yes.
Well, for me, you know.
Yeah. God, and still they've been trying to make a movie out of one of Block's series, Weetzie Bat, but I don't see it ever happening because this is, and just like I'm glad you brought up White Oleander because I kind of feel the same about, you know, I'm sure everybody does. The movie is never better than the book. The movie is never better than the book. The book is always better. And, it's just the same thing with this. I mean, like I said, the writing isn't that great. Like every other page, everything is through Anna's perspective. So there's so much inner dialogue that goes on with the reading. I don't know if that was just filler, but it was her inner goddess fighting with her subconscious and saying, oh my, every other page, or holy shit. Oh, holy hell.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just her response to everything was odd, but there were certain parts like, yeah, it's a fantasy.
Right.
It's a romance kind of erotica type, and it's also like, so it's a fantasy.
Right.
Because it's like, okay, a college student virgin, she's really beautiful, maybe she doesn't know her beauty,
Yeah.
that she has. The first guy that she falls for is a Greek god billionaire.
Yeah.
His, like, con is he's into BDSM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And it's...
Well, what annoyed me in the beginning, I guess, was... okay, I just gotta say it.
Yeah, please.
I'm not the biggest fan of Dakota Johnson. I'm really not. Like, I don't even fucking know what to title her. But she does not grab me, number one. And number two, I don't find her, like, attractive. For me, every scene that she was in... Well, for me, I don't find her attractive. She's not what I'm looking at. But every time I was seeing her face in some angles, she looks like the fucking child of the Despicable Me guy.
Oh.
She's got that fucking pointy-ass nose, that fucking smile. I'm just sitting there like, put a bald cap on her, and there you go. You've got fucking...
It is I, Grooves Zinkerbell.
You got Steve Carell's fucking Oog, or whatever his name was.
Well, casting was really difficult for this film.
Yeah?
I think, first of all, the fact that this book became a film, it was all for money. Because the book was so popular, it sold nationwide, and blah, blah, blah. But how do you make this book into a film? They did what they did. They had to knock out a lot of the sex, the BDSM stuff. Like, it would have done better if it was, like, Caligula. Like, if it was, like, what Caligula was, you would get it.
Yeah.
And also, there's... I feel like all three of the films are so rushed because you got 3 fucking films to go through. But you get no real, like, character development. Like, all these, like, secondary characters. It's like, oh, these people are in my life. Okay, bye. Like, we don't really get to know much about Kate, her best friend, or Jose, Christian's siblings, and all that. It's just, because I know when you watch the movie, you get really confused because things just happen, like, super fast. Mm-hmm. Because I feel like, just kind of like White Oleander, the movie was made for people that read the book.
Right.
Because automatically, like, because I read the book, I was like, okay, so all of this is happening in one scene, or they moved it somewhere else. But if you haven't read the book, you just, I don't know, how did you feel? Like this, we're gonna go all over the place. I feel like everyone already knows the story of this shit. I really want to just go back and forth with you about your feelings and
so
stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So, what do you want to know?
Well,
Josh, ring the gong or the bell.
Bang the gong.
To crash the critics saying, is it right or is it wrong?
How did you feel about well, first of all.
Yes.
Fucking A. I forgot his name. Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah, Charlie Hunnam.
Charlie Hunnam. He was supposed to be Christian Grey.
I would have preferred. I mean, I would have preferred. I'm a huge Charlie Hunnam fan.
Me too.
But honestly, I was watching this dude, Jamie Dornan, and the whole time, and I mean this truly, the whole time I was watching him, all I was thinking to myself was, why aren't you Henry Cavill? Like, I probably would have gotten half a lift out of fucking Henry Cavill if he was in this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I mean, like, okay, Henry.
Well,
Okay, Geralt.
When I heard that Charlie Hunnam was going to be Christian Grey, I was a little disappointed because because he was still doing Sons of Anarchy at the time.
Right.
That show was still going. So that was such a leap. Biker badass to clean cut looking closed off guy who likes
S&M.
Yeah, BDSM.
BDSM, whatever.
But, and then when they cast Jamie Dornan, I keep wanting to call him Dorian because
Dorian Gray.
Dorian Gray, yeah.
Dorian
It
Gray,
fucks
that's
with
what I
me
call him,
every
Dorian.
time. Yeah,
He's
it
Dorian
fucks with me every
Gray.
time. I was like, wow, that is such a better choice because I loved him in Once Upon a Time.
Yeah.
Him and Jennifer Morrison,
Yes.
yeah, she played Emma. They had amazing chemistry
Yeah.
in that. Like, I think he was only in the first season.
Yeah, it was.
I thought their chemistry
I don't
was
even
great.
think he made it through the fucking season.
No, well, yeah.
Spoilers.
Spoilers, yeah. How many seasons after? So I was really excited. And then the trailer came out. I believe the people that, like, make trailers are the most talented people on the planet.
Do you?
I do. Because if you create a great trailer, that's what sticks with me
Yeah.
the most. Like,
No, it's
instead of,
true.
it's like, okay, even if you want to do like a quick reel of like trying to remember a movie, you go to the trailer.
Yeah.
And if you create a magnificent trailer, like I'll always say my top 2 favorite trailers are The Dark Knight and Watchmen.
Yeah.
Those
are good.
Those are the 2 that I can always remember, like right off the bat. I do have a couple others, but I can't think of that right now. But this 50 Shades of Grey trailer, along with that Beyonce song, that slow down, Crazy in Love, like
Yeah.
that was pure sex. So my expectations for the film were very high.
Yeah.
Because the trailer was so fucking good.
Yeah, going back into the mind, I do see the trailer again, and I think in some aspects I was a little intrigued. Mm-hmm. But, yeah, and then I saw the film.
Yeah.
So you kind of did hit it. Yeah, the fucking trailer people should have gotten the most money out of it.
Yeah, and looking at it now, I think that Jamie Dornan is a great actor, and from what I heard, I didn't really try to go deep into this, but I heard that
Him and her
her
Oh, okay.
did not get along.
Oh.
That there was, I don't know, maybe it was like fucking
Patrick.
yeah.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. Patrick Swayze, and she doesn't really.
What the fuck? Dirty Dancing.
Yeah,
Oh
Dirty
my god.
Dancing.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of like that's what I heard, but that's just there were so many paparazzi during
God,
the
and
filming
then
and
Christian
shit.
Stewart and what's his nuts in fucking Twilight.
Yeah,
This really was a fucking.
Yeah, it's a bad
This really was
toxic relationship. But I really would have liked to have seen Charlie Hunnam because I read like he stepped down because he really didn't feel like he could fully transform into
what he needed to be.
Who he needed to be for Christian Grey, and that is so commendable.
Yeah.
Because that's the words of an artist.
Right.
Because he has to go so deep into his, into Jax.
Yeah.
And then having to do that, he did that for his mental health.
Yeah.
Honestly, and it was too much for him. But from what I heard, that Charlie Hunnam and Dakota Johnson's chemistry was electric, and Charlie Hunnam was very excited to do the film.
Yeah.
So he was very sad when he made the decision for himself, like
Right.
mentally. But yeah, I do believe that the chemistry between Dakota and Jamie, there was something off.
No.
There really was. Do you agree with me?
That there was something off.
Like what did you think about their chemistry?
I thought it was odd. I thought it was really awkward. And I couldn't tell if it was her or him. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I just didn't. God, I don't even know how to fucking say it. Like their first meeting, I was just like, okay, you're putting on this fucking a little strong Miss
Who?
Dakota.
Oh, okay.
And then like playing the virgin thing. I don't know. I don't know too many virgins in their 20s, but it was like, hun, you're acting like you're fucking a virgin at 13.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
As a woman, I did find that hard to connect to. There's nothing wrong with saving yourself for whatever reason. That's your prerogative. Mm-hmm. But me personally, well, it's a double-edged sword. I wish that I waited a little longer.
Yeah.
I lost my virginity when I was way too young, 13. That's too young. But I'm glad. And
I was a year after.
Yeah. And it was so stupid. It lasted 2 fucking seconds, and that was it. And then I didn't do it again until I was 16 with my high school boyfriend. To me, it was, I don't know, like, I feel like that is more my first time than that bullshit, but I don't know what the fucking rules are.
I feel like
I feel
like my second, personally, I feel like my second was my first. It was my victory, because it was like...
What do you mean by, like, victory? Like
I actually got to do it.
Oh,
because
my God.
my first time was literally an in and out.
Yeah.
It was, and that's the one thing that I can't wait to get to this part.
No, me too.
Because I thought that was the most ridiculous fucking scene that I have ever seen.
It's worse in the book.
No, I wait, you mean like in a good way worse?
I'm
talking about that scene was so unrealistic for a fucking virgin for her first time ever having fucking sex and not apparently ever doing anything with a fucking guy. You're acting so fucking experienced, number one. But the thing that really fucking annoyed me about it was he literally thrust it in like a fucking battering ram knocking down a fucking gate for one strike. And she just, and takes it. I'm sorry, dude. Fucking in real life, I don't care who you are. I've been with enough women who weren't experienced to fucking know that would fucking, number one, break her for the night. Just ramming it in like that as a virgin would make them in so much pain that we wouldn't be able to perform.
Yeah.
And especially because, like I was saying, my first time was literally an in and out because it hurt her so much. She wasn't used to it. And then it was the same, with others. And it's like, but right after that, it's like a fucking switch.
Yeah.
The first time is always so rough, and then after that, it's like, there it is. It's pleasurable. You're getting it. You're having it. It's great. But that was my thing about the movie, was that was a fucking just nut show, and then it was...
A nut show?
Yeah, and then her just being that confident and knowing like what she was doing, but at the office interview when she was interviewing him.
Right. Well, let's back up.
Okay, let's back.
You're getting
ahead.
Getting a little ahead.
I'm sorry, I was already there.
No. Well, no. I want to stick with where you were with
Good.
the first time. Now, I don't have the same experience of holding my virginity, and her Anastasia. Her reason was like no one either did it for her. There's no one because you see throughout the book, and they just brush it so lightly in the film, that she has guys that love her, but she doesn't see that. She's never seen herself as like her friend Kate. She is a sex pot. She's blonde, gorgeous, just outgoing, and Anastasia's more like reserved. She loves books. She's like a English lit major. But in the book, because we're always like in her head. It's annoying sometimes, but I guess this is my way of getting into maybe a 21-year-old's brain of first time having sex. But they kind of do what they did in the film. When they first have sex, she has, I think, like 2 orgasms. Oh. And one of them, so the sex in the film does not compare to the sex that's on the book. Obviously, the film wanted to keep an R rating. The director thought, for sure, this is going to be an NC-17, because that's what the fucking book is. Yeah. But, producers and all that shit, there hasn't been an NC-17 film since Eyes Wide Shut or Showgirls. I can't remember. One of those two.
Oh, yeah.
But they had to tone everything down. And I feel like the film really romanticized BDSM more than it actually is. Not saying that it's not possible to make it romantic. I'm not saying that. I've actually looked up BDSM. It is brutal. Yeah. But some people like it, and that's totally fine. But it is not how it was in the film. They romanticized it a little bit more. Yeah. Not a little bit, a lot. But, the book, the sex scenes, because Christian didn't know that Anastasia, or Anna, was a virgin. And Christian's like, oh my God, because his thing is he doesn't have relationships. He is a dominant and he needs a submissive. They always fit the same profile, kind of like Anna, like physically, young, dark hair, pale skin, and he's this billionaire. We just have to just be in this world and be like, oh, Christian Grey, he's like a celebrity, but he just makes money for his company and whatnot, and for people. But he needs like a legit, like in the book, you get to read the whole contract. It's like 14 fucking pages.
Jesus, just the contract?
Just the contract alone.
God.
It is a lot more detailed. In the book, Christian is a lot more dominant and heavy-handed and stubborn than the movie. I feel like the movie definitely, again, romanticized it a little bit more.
Yeah, and especially because going to what you just said, does he come off childish in the book? Or is that a movie thing? Because every time he like says something, I'm not getting like a stern, based off everything that you said about him in the book, was making me feel like kind of a stern father kind of thing vibe. But in the movie, I'm getting this fucking like a 10-year-old kid wanting a fucking $1 for a soda, you know? Anastasia, you will not do that.
I don't know, because when I read the book, I only hear it in my head, and I think the dominant thing, it really is it's a facade of who he was as a kid. We get such a brief like down memory lane to Christian Grey's past, but his mom was a crackhead and the boyfriend would abuse him. He put like cigarettes all up on his, like cigarette burns all on his chest, and he's now he got adopted into this amazing family that they're like do-gooders and they're millionaires at the same time.
Yeah.
But you get more of that in the book. Like, he's fucked up.
Yeah.
And the only way he was able to learn to let go was he became a submissive to, he was 15, and I don't remember, Anastasia calls her Mrs. Robinson, because she was an adult woman dominating a 15-year-old boy. Yeah. That's fucked up.
She was a petter ass.
She was a petter ass. Yeah. She belongs on To Catch a Predator for sure.
She had to walk to every...
What?
Walter.
Oh, Walter. Oh, okay. Walter. Yeah, she would have to
He had to walk door to door to let everybody know he was a child fucker.
Yeah. So, the contract and Christian. So, he was a submissive for like 6 years, and then he became a dominant. Now, the reason that this is just shit, little things that I've read here and there and just learned, like, I don't know anyone that's into this personally, nor have I experimented in it in any way, but I believe, because all of Christian's submissives, you find
Work
out...
form.
Well, no.
Oh.
No, it just so happens every woman that's in, Christian's office, they're all skinny, they're all supermodels.
Everybody in this film, this was a CW fucking film.
Well, but that was in the book, though.
I bet.
I think it was on purpose to make Anna feel, like, she even says, like, I would not fit here if you hired me, like, look at me. She feels inferior.
Than Dakota Johnson. She feels more inferior than how she's supposed to look.
She feels inferior because she's always like in the shadow of her best friend, who's just she has this glow about her. And Kate in the book is a lot better of a friend than Kate in the movie. It was I didn't like that. It was almost like Kate like just really didn't give a shit. Honestly.
Yeah, she's just like, oh, you're fucking him, what's going on? Oh, you're fucking him, what's going on? Oh, you're fucking him, what's going on?
Or it's like, he's giving you a laptop. What happened to flowers and chocolates? Oh, so now you have a new car. Oh, okay. That's weird.
But in the book, she was like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
So she was more like, he's getting you all of this shit.
Yeah, she really wanted to know, like, what is going on, my best friend, but Well, legally, Anna's not allowed because there were 2 contracts. One was like a disclosure agreement.
So that she couldn't talk about it.
Yeah, she can't talk about the relationship. In the book, there's a little debate about that. It's like Anna's never had sex, and she can't. Like, you have to have your girl talk about your sex life and all that shit, and just kind of like have another female to talk about your experience with.
Yeah.
Because no one's gonna, like, because Christian's like, well, you can talk to me about it. It's
Only
like,
to me.
yeah, it's like, no, you don't have a vagina, so fuck off.
No.
But we didn't get any of that with Kate in the film, and I don't know. Anna is annoying. I'll just say it. Anna is annoying.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I am not a fan. I'm not a big Anna fan, just because.
Well, then maybe Dakota Johnson's a better actress than I give her credit for.
Maybe. I don't know, because I understand, like, I have, I got like the lowest self-esteem.
Yeah.
Like, I am my own saboteur.
Mm-hmm.
But
As are most.
as are most people, yeah, we are our own worst critics.
Yeah.
But it just got the book. I'm talking about the book. I feel like this was the fastest book I've ever read because I skimmed through a lot of bullshit that did not like need to be in the book.
Yeah.
Because her inner dialogue was just praising this dude, just calling him like, oh, Greek god, and oh my god, his dick is unlike any other dick. But you've never seen a dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was in the book too?
Yeah, it's like, how did that fit inside me? Oh my god. And when she like first like gives Christian head, she's a master at it. I'm sorry, the first time I gave head, I had fucking braces and I was terrible. Like I felt the guy flinch because my braces did something.
Oh!
Maybe it was the braces. I don't know. But no, it was my first fucking
It
time.
might have been the braces.
I didn't know. We don't know what to do.
We do.
Just like you guys don't have a dick. You guys have the dick.
I don't have the dick!
You don't have the dick.
I don't have a dick, prick!
You guys don't have the vagina.
Yeah.
I don't, we don't have a dick. We don't know what goes on unless, you actually have a relationship and you talk about it. You gotta
Right.
talk about this shit.
Yeah.
We can't read each other's minds.
No.
And women's minds.
Those are impossible to read.
Those are complicated.
It's a fucking labyrinth.
I will be
the
the
only thing
first.
that's missing is a minotaur.
Sure.
A minotaur.
A minotaur.
God.
But yeah, Anna, it's just, oh, who am I? I'm nothing, and Christian's everything. He wants to be with me? Why? I just don't get it. It's just a book of her putting herself down, which, fine, I get it. I do the same thing, but I would never want anyone to read my inner dialogue that goes in my head because it's fucking crazy, and it would be boring.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of it's shit. It's just bullshit that you tell yourself. I don't need to read that.
No.
Like, let's go. Let's get this story going.
Right.
So Christian has this contract, and it's the submissive versus with the dominant, and there are a lot of rules. Like, Anna has to see a gynecologist that he picks. She has to eat healthy. She has to work out like 4 days a week with a trainer that he picks.
Oh.
She has to dress in certain clothes that he finds appropriate. Neither one of them can have sexual relations with other people. Two dominants can't switch off submissives. Like, there's no like swapping of partners.
Right.
The submissive has to spend.
So I guess there's other dominants in the book?
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
there's not. That was just in the contract.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, like, because the submissive, it's pretty much what the word is. She completely has to submiss herself to him.
Yeah.
Like, she can't look at him, like, in the eyes. She has to look down every time. Oh my God. It's almost like surviving R. Kelly.
Oh, shit.
With consent.
Oh, shit.
That's the difference. It's with consent. And it only happens on the weekends, and that's it. But Anna is the rebel of submissives, if you will. Christian's had like 15 submissives, and she kind of just starts to work her magic because she's falling in love with him already. It happens really, I feel like, okay, do you think that from the beginning of the film, from she interviews him for her college paper to them having sex, did that feel rushed to you? Were you confused at all? Like, what the hell's going on? Like, I don't know.
It felt rushed. I thought it was really weird. Well, this is actually a part that makes me laugh constantly to this day. And it made me laugh in the fucking theater.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was really fucking weird and it was really goofy that, number one, they just meet, they're doing all of this shit, right? And she's at the bar and she's like, I'm drunk, and she calls him, and then he's like, I'm coming. And then he gets there, right? Well, they sleep in the same bed together. Mm-hmm. He takes off her clothes, he does all this shit. Commendable. You know, you did her a favor. You just met the bitch fucking a day ago, and you're doing all this shit. So it's like, and then she wakes up, and she's like, oh my god, I'm in a bed. I'm with somebody that, you know, But anywho, he says, just randomly, he walks over to her with fucking toast in his mouth, and he goes, if you were my girl, you wouldn't be able to sit for a week.
What?
Yeah. What? And then she does that stupid what?
I think that was meant to be
silly.
Silly.
That was supposed to be silly or fucking sexy or what? But let's be fucking real, ladies. How many of you, if a guy comes up, if I was to go up to somebody, you know, I bet you, if I just went up to a girl and just started acting how he did, but that also was kind of what was annoying to me in the beginning, is that she walks in, and it's how you've been describing him, a Greek god. She walks in, and she's already wet. Mm-hmm. She's fucking huffing and puffing. She's biting her fucking lip. She's horrible.
She put the pencil in her mouth.
Yeah. You know, all this fucking shit, and it's like, again, it's...
It goes by really fast because you failed to mention the second time they are together, and that's the photo shoot. And then
that's right.
Yeah, and Kate. Well, because so Anna.
So 3 days.
Yeah, Anna replaced Kate to interview Christian. Mm-hmm. Kate was sick, whatever. So them meeting together was it was a happy accident.
Right.
And Kate needed an original picture. Jose, who is a good friend of Anna's and Kate's, but also is in love with Anna, he's a photographer, and he's taking original photos. And also, I forgot there's another time. The second time actually was at her hardware store. He just so happened to be there.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah. I was
right.
like, I'm looking for some. I'm remodeling a room.
And if that wasn't a dead fucking giveaway, and she even called it.
She said, "You're the perfect serial killer."
Perfect serial killer. He's getting fucking zip ties. He's getting fucking rope. He wants
duct
fucking
tape.
masking tape, duct tape, any type of tape. It's like...
And it was just a silly scene. Like it was supposed to be erotic.
Right.
And he says that thing, well, I could just take off my clothes. It's like, oh, right. No coveralls. Fine. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, the chemistry wasn't the same as the book. The chemistry in the book was better. I don't know, because it was just written out there for me, but it was more relatable to how my body reacts to feelings and chemistry and all that shit. But there was a lot more interaction that Anna and Christian had before them having sex for the first time, because Christian, he was following her. Yeah. He saw her at the interview and, oh my gosh, she reminds me of my mom, and all the other submissives that I had look exactly like her. We do end up finding out that's an actual fact in the other films. So
that Anastasia looks like his mom?
Mm-hmm. We get a picture of his mom either in the second one or I think it's the second one. I think.
You get a picture of her, and
there's
you
a
find
picture
out she looks just like her, and that's why he's so fucking dead on, just attracted to her.
Yeah, because he's constantly trying to punish his mom because he hates her so much.
See, now it makes sense.
Yeah. they do not really... You're just supposed to get it in the film. I get, like, not wanting to, like, spoon feed, but if you don't read the book, you're not gonna get it.
Right. Because I didn't get it.
Or the books.
I didn't fucking
You
get
didn't
it.
get that.
I was like...
Because you were so amazing.
Because it's true. Because it's like...
You took me to every movie
Yeah.
in theaters.
And I made so many girls laugh.
You did, because you laughed at the most crazy parts.
Yeah, just because it was funny. Especially the one where she takes off her pants for the first time. And you see her hair.
It's glistening.
She's got more fucking hair on her goddamn legs than I do. And she pulls her shit down and then it just glistens and it fucking... It was UV light just... And just looking right at you.
Porcupine. Okay.
Porcupine. And then I was like, ha! And then as soon as I did, every girl in the fucking theater just started fucking laughing. I was like...
Oh, God. Okay.
I was probably the only guy in the fucking film, too.
Probably. But I'm going to defend that.
Okay. Please.
I do not shave my thighs as much as I shave from my ankle to my knees because I do not I do not wear things that show my thighs. And women's hair on the thighs, for me, hair is different throughout the body. And my thighs, they are a lot lighter. You can't really see them.
Right.
So if I could save some time in the shower to not shave my trunk tree legs, I'm going to pass.
But if you were just getting with someone, would you have shaved the trunk trees?
Would
you have trimmed the bark, as it were?
If I would have known, I would have full body. Boom. Done.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I knew. But
she knew.
She didn't know.
When?
She didn't know they were going to have sex.
You're with the dude. You always fucking expect.
Okay. I take that back. When it comes to the book, Anna does say that I think this date that they make, this might be it. Because she's like, if he wants to.
So she always expected.
Not that she didn't always expect it, but what I forgot to mention is Anna, yes, and Christian, they're very attracted to each other, but I know you got confused when we were rewatching the movie tonight. It was when they were getting coffee after the photo shoot.
Yeah.
And she was talking about her family and
her dad, right?
Her dad, and how her mom is a romantic, like not a hopeless romantic, but some other word. I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, her mom's a hopeless romantic, and her dad is actually her stepdad.
Because her real dad
died when she was 5.
Yeah, but Christian asks, like, are you the same? Are you a romantic? She's like, well, I'm an English lit major. I kind of have to be. Meaning she is. Mm-hmm. And he automatically, like, switched to, okay, this can't work. We can't create a relationship because I'm not what you want. I want something else. I want
to just fuck for 2 years and then be able to say goodbye.
I don't know.
Essentially.
I guess. In the book, they kind of explain, like, some of his dominance lasts for years, and it just depends on the situation. But yeah. Ugh, God. It is. I don't get it. I get, like, testing limits for sex, but you were even saying how you couldn't see yourself punishing me physically
I wouldn't be
and
able
get
to do it.
pleasure out of it.
Nope.
Like, do you want to talk about that?
So, all right. So, like, the whole spanking thing, like, for one, like, he's all, I'm going to take you over my knee. I wouldn't be able to do it. I wouldn't be able to just take, anybody or you over my knee, because I'm sorry. We all grew up, I'm sure, if anybody is around our age. We are around the time when our parents could discipline and do shit like the belt or a spanking or any kind of shit. They could do those things.
I feel like we were in the middle of that. It was the push and pull of that, because I never, like, my parents had issues with that.
Yeah.
Like, wanting to have physical consequences and when not.
Yeah.
So I think our time was during the time where it
was slowly going away.
But it was like it's on your business, your
right.
family, and also, like, if you did something really bad to the kid, then that was it's.
But anywho, I mean, that was that. It's like, I don't want to do something to you that is going to remind me of every time I got in trouble as a child. Mm-hmm. Like, no, those were some of the most traumatizing, if you're lying, like, you always remember the bad. And it's like, ugh. But it's like, so I could never see myself doing that, especially get aroused. Like, I would never be able to. Like, I would probably, man.
I feel like this book and film, it does have the best title, 50 Shades of Grey, because sex is...
Because it's 50 Shades of fucked up.
Don't even go there with that fucking line.
Why?
I can't deal with that line.
Finish your quote and then I want to know.
You made me lose my train of thought.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, with sex, there
Yes.
are so many shades of gray with sex.
Yes.
I do not believe that you need to be one or the other. Certain things feel like sometimes naughty feels good.
No, yeah.
You know, and the way you want to express that
Yeah.
sexually, awesome. As long as you are enjoying it, you are coming left and right, fuck yeah, do it.
Do it.
But for me, it's like if things cause like psychological damage, physical damage, I'm not for that.
Right.
That's not me. Because I don't want it. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
God.
And it's funny that I don't want to like skip ahead of you, so we'll just see if we get there. Go ahead.
Okay, so Anna wants a real relationship, like, and Christian calls it, you know, hearts and flowers, vanilla sex. You want all this like lovey-dovey stuff. I'm not about that. But also Anna isn't about his life either. So it's these two, I guess, kind of like Twilight, you know, the human and the vampire,
Get
two
together.
different worlds, you know, colliding.
Star-crossed
Because
lovers.
the thing that I really enjoyed, especially with when they first have sex, because Christian finds out she's never done anything. She's kissed a guy, that's it. She's never done anything else. And this was during him telling her that he's a dominant and all the... He shows her the red room, which we haven't talked about yet. The red room, yeah. He has this crazy, huge red room with all the contraptions and ropes and whips.
All
and
the Jesus Christ torturing tools.
all the BDSM stuff. Because Christian just automatically assumed that Anastasia, being a woman in her early 20s,
Right.
has some experience. But she says that I can't compare you to anyone because I've never done anything. And he is just like, oh, what? Men just... They must throw themselves at you.
Yes.
And she's just like, oh, none that I've wanted.
Yeah.
He doesn't say this in the...
Become a fucking diamond in the rough.
Well, here's the thing. He doesn't say it in the book. But in the film, Christian goes, where have you been? Like, every man's dream is to have a virgin.
Right, no.
Is that a thing? Please enlighten me
Okay,
with that.
so I've broken at least 4 women. I've been there first. And being with virgins, the more experienced you get, like, there came a point where I don't want to be the teacher anymore. You know?
Yeah.
There comes a time.
And it's a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
Because I've never done that.
Yeah, because I would be their first experience. So they're not finding themselves at that point. They're not learning who they are, sexually or whatever. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I have to be patient now, as the dominant. I have to be patient and be all, okay, yeah, do this, or do that, do this, whatever you're comfortable with, things like that. It's like, it's like, no, not enough. Not enough. Done. Like, oh. And those are the worst. Like I said, that's why I know that her first time bullshit with him, and we already discussed it, is bullshit. Because every time it is a slow process to be able to thrust yourself onto a virgin like that.
Yeah.
Even it's just ridiculous.
It's not like that unless, okay, I'm going to try to play, devil's advocate and try to, I don't know if it was because she was an older girl, she was in her 20s, and from what we know, she's never been sexually or really romantically interested in anybody in her life. This is what we're supposed to assume.
Right.
Bullshit on my end, but whatever. Everyone's different. It's okay. So she was so sexually excited by Christian. And what I loved, I don't think I got to finish, but because she's never done anything, he's like, okay, I am going to give you the first time that you should have.
Yeah.
So that for me I liked it because it was an escape from my horrible first time to get to read what
the things he would have wanted to do if you hadn't have done that, right?
Well, it's just, I can't speak for all women, but sometimes for me, you put the pussy on a pedestal.
Put the pussy on a pedestal!
It's Pussalaya! It's just, sometimes I can over romanticize and have high expectations on things, but everyone knows if you put your expectations to a fucking 100, it's never going to compare to real life because it's fucking real life. Sex is never really perfect. And if you compare it to certain things, then you're really not enjoying the moment. Yeah. Like, shit happens, people slip, noises happen. But if you just have fun with it and are in the moment, all that shit doesn't matter because it's your moment with that person. But just reading, having, oh my God, I would have loved to have a first time like that. Someone that really wanted me to experience my body and what it's supposed to be doing. And I was at the right age where I knew a little bit more about myself. 13? No one, I'm sorry. Your sexuality is just... It's just for show. Like, I felt like as being young, it's like, oh, you've had sex? Oh, you're a badass. Or you're like, it was like a status thing. Like, oh, wow. I don't know. So, I don't know. I enjoyed that Christian wanted to give Anna's first time vanilla sex, like he calls it. But it was in the film and in the book, he says it, oh, another first. Oh, it was a first for me. Sleeping in the same bed. It was first for me. Making love. It was, all that shit. So Anna also slowly started to change Christian because he started to fall for her like she was falling for him. Yeah. But what did you want to say?
I don't remember.
You don't remember?
It went away.
It went away. Okay. Okay. So... throughout most of the film, like in the middle, Anna, and also in the book too, Anna did not really want to sign the contract, but she so badly wanted to be with Christian. And in the book, she was a little more curious about some of the BDSM things, being a submissive. Like she looked it up on Google, kind of like in the film. The film it really didn't show anything that crazy. Like
it showed a woman
It was beautiful works of art.
Right.
I think. Like the photography for BDSM it was beautiful. It was art to me. So it was just, another reason for the film.
It did. It looked like yoga with bondage.
Yoga? Oh my God, I love that. Yoga with bondage.
Yoga with bondage.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like using a yoga strap to help with your flexibility.
There you go. Yeah, that's exactly what
you want to open your gate. I transfer my karma to you.
Transfer you my karma.
Jason!
Jason! Transfer you my karma. Then do it!
Do it! Brave peacock!
You're a brave peacock.
Yes.
I'm giving you fury, yes? No?
Getting your blood pumping, yes?
Getting your blood pumping? Then use it!
Do it!
All right.
Okay. Okay, so you wanted to bring something up that I thought was the worst idea ever, but I think you might have. I wonder if I'm correct, but
okay, so yeah, I wanted to talk about the stepdad. Mm-hmm. And yes, when you and I were watching the film, I swore she said his name was Mike, and that's why I was like, what? Her dad's name is Mike, and then we meet him, and his name's Ray. I don't know. It might be the long bottom leaf talking at that point, but I don't know. So anywho, but her stepdad is very interesting to me because, number one, in the movie, her mom can't make it out to her graduation. Mm-hmm. And she won't make it out because her husband can't go.
He broke his foot playing golf.
He broke his foot playing...
Playing golf?
Playing golf. So this bullshit like that. He breaks his foot playing golf, and she's all like, honey, we can't come. Well, you could come without him.
Wait, and even
God
says
forbid
that
you need Bob. In the
film.
So she says that you could go without him, and she says no. Meanwhile, the stepdad, Ray, who is not her biological father, is the one to make it to her graduation. He goes to see her graduate. She calls him dad. All of these beautiful things. And to me, as a person, that is just fantastic. Because this is the person that literally essentially became your adopted parent. And the fact that your biological mother won't make it out, to see you, but the non-biological, that means something. That says something. That screams something. And I didn't like how Dorian just went up in there and
Christian,
whatever the fuck, one of the Greys went over there, and he was like, both of them have pictures. Anywho, so he goes and he's talking, he's meeting her dad, and her dad's trying to be the actual dad. And, he's trying to be a father.
Protective.
Yeah, he's like, how do you know her? All of this shit.
How long have you guys been together?
Yeah, what is this? I've never heard of you. Like, what is this? And he literally, Christian is just like, he doesn't say it per se, but he shows it with his body. He doesn't care.
Did you get it?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah.
He doesn't care about her dad. So he and especially when the guy goes, Mr. Gray, a picture, he literally, excuse me, takes fucking Bella and goes over and gets a picture and just pushes
You're
and
calling her Bella?
yeah, and just pushes her fucking dad away. So to me, I was like, first off, Christian, you're a fucking prick, because that is number one, probably one of the nicest fucking people in her fucking life, and you are pulling him aside from her. And maybe that's foreshadowing. Maybe that is something saying that she now is just going to, like, she is his. He won't even share her with her own fucking parents.
Yes, he is very, very possessive. Christian.
Yeah.
Even when Anna makes a decision to go visit her mom after graduation, doesn't tell Christian, he gets pissed.
Yeah.
And in the book, you do get to see more of his possessiveness, and he's always like questioning, Jose, like, has he been around? Like,
Right.
He's a lot more possessive. But I think, okay, so with Christian,
Right.
Anna, their backgrounds, they both had shitty moms.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think Anna's mom is pretty shitty, honestly.
Yeah.
In my humble opinion. So, Anna's father is her adopted father. Christian was adopted into a family. You don't know this until the other books, but Christian was a horrible kid. Which makes sense. He saw his mom die of an overdose, and he had a horrible, horrible childhood, so he was a horrible child. And if you also see in the first film how he kind of treats his mom,
Yeah.
like he respects his parents, but he cannot connect in a loving way. He's very guarded with his feelings, and I think that's what the whole dominant thing is. He has control over everything, and he will never allow himself a moment of vulnerability. And I think Anna starts to break that a little bit. But I think the whole parents thing, and especially, I never actually thought about this until you said what you wanted to say about the parents.
Yeah.
Sometimes where you came from isn't the best and isn't the best for you, and then you find someone like Christian's parents and Anna's dad completely, like, you see, like, with Christian's mom, even though he always, like, he kind of, whatever, mom, yeah,
pushes her off. She wants the best.
She is like, I love you, like, she'll never be like, why are you acting like this? Why are you being so mean to me?
Actress.
Yeah. Oh yeah, love her.
Is that Marcia Gayard?
Yes.
Yeah. I love
Marcia
her.
Gayard, yeah, she's amazing. But because she doesn't know everything about Christian, her mom, obviously, because of the whole, dominant thing. But she knows Christian. She may not have birthed him, but that's her son, and she's gonna love him no matter what. So that's kind of where I thought you were going, and also that lit a light for me to kind of see the connection between the two of them.
Yeah, and you just gave me that connection, so it's
Did you?
Yeah. So
oh my god.
Well, you just fucking gave that to me, because now it's like it just made it more interesting. It's like okay, that's fucking interesting, man. That's fucking interesting.
Yeah.
So
I never even got that from the book. Honestly,
yeah,
I would set.
So
he's
not
aside,
even. So it's the same. Ray is treated like shit in the book, or does he?
I just think Christian. He is, yes, very possessive of Anna already, even though she didn't sign the contract, but he still is. But I don't think he. I don't know. I think maybe it's a parent thing. I don't know. Or, oh God, see, now my mind is starting to go through like completely different things because he didn't really push, but he like excused the dad because a photographer wanted to get a picture of Christian for some magazine. And Anna even thought that, oh, okay, I'm going to be pushed to the side as well because he never gets photographed with women for some reason. That's why Kate thought that, oh, maybe he's gay or something because he's never been photographed with a woman.
Oh, fuck,
but,
I forgot all about that.
Yeah, but he like
pulls her in.
Pulls her in. Maybe that was a possessive move towards the dad.
Yeah, like he can't
Yeah,
have her.
yeah, like she's mine now. I don't know what that is.
That pisses me off.
And that's where...
That pisses me off.
It's so corny. Yes, that line that you mentioned earlier, like Christian does say it in the book and in the film. And I love that he says that line. I feel like they attempted to say this face to face, but I don't think he could have said it without laughing.
What is it?
Because I'm 50 Shades of fucked up.
Oh, I know.
He had to turn around, move, get distance from Anna, have a little like rail to hold on to because I'm thinking that the actor, Jamie, is like, I'm about to say the shittiest line ever created of mankind because I'm 50 Shades of fucked up.
Because of 50 Shades of fucked up.
It's a cheesy, crazy line to say, but if you dissect it, yeah, it makes sense. But there's no way to say it without it sounding corny.
Yeah. Corny, ridiculous.
Cornball. Like there were some
in the delivery.
It was the delivery. There were lines that Jamie he said it was just like, who the fuck told you to say the line like that?
The actor said that?
No, I was thinking that.
Oh.
It was nice knowing me, is it?
See, that's what I was talking about in the beginning, where it was like his delivery. I think
his delivery,
his deliveries, they like. I got this fucking childlike delivery from him. It wasn't. Nothing about him was dominant. Nothing, and I don't know if that's because of just how Jamie is, or just his portrayal.
I think
of a dominant was a fucking child.
Because he is a child.
Well, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think, I don't know. Not to say that I know how he could have done it better. I don't know how he could have done it better. Because I think the only time we really saw in the film Christian as a dominant was at the end of the film.
Yeah.
So Anna is just like, I don't understand. Why do you want to punish me? Like, what? How? Like you say, you care about me and you want to be with me, but is this something that really gives you pleasure? Like seeing me like in pain and
why?
And Anna, she challenges him. It's like, all right, punish me. Show me how bad it can get, and then we'll see. This
is what I wanted to talk about. Okay. And I said we'll get there. So yeah, if you don't mind. So this particular, like the over the knee shit, but it's like, okay, this when she says I want to see what's the worst. This seems so simple compared to all of the fucking gadgets and all of the whips and all the shit that we saw. He literally sprawls her out on the table and fucking takes off his belt. In the movie.
No, in the movie the belt was hanging.
Was it hanging?
Yes.
I thought he fucking took it off.
Because, if you look at the belt, it is an actual belt. It's not like a BDSM, like, dominant pleasure whip.
It's a belt.
It's a fucking pant belt. So I understand why you would think that happened.
Okay.
Because
I thought he fucking
belt.
Right. I thought he took it off.
I wouldn't
be
surprised if it was the same damn belt he got
beat with when
he was a kid.
Because that's what makes me go. And obviously, like, I mean, the belt was also a fucking way of disciplinary punishment, as when some of us were kids. So it was like, dude, holy shit! Like, you are literally torturing this woman like you're a fucking parent. Or, You
Yeah,
know,
and
like
he-
she did something wrong. And yeah, and it makes sense from what you said, how his mom's boyfriend apparently was very abusive to him, and he probably fucking did that. And it's like, but then that goes to me, why? How could you want to give somebody that type of fucking punishment that you got? And this is me, like, pretty much asking the character, like, holy shit, what makes you do that? Because he's 50 Shades of fucked up, I guess. You know, I don't know.
But also, it is a little... I don't want to, like, throw out statistics because I don't know them, but just from my knowledge, a lot of people that were abused or had some type of traumatizing thing happen as a kid, and they never had the chance to really, like, get proper therapy for it and really go through the process of trying to heal from it, it tends to turn into something like that.
Yeah.
It's either they want to switch from being the submissive to the dominant. Like, okay, like, kind of like with Christian, I think it's right there that he is constantly punishing his mother.
Yeah.
And it has nothing to do with that he wanted to have sex with his mom or anything like that. But because Mrs. Robinson turned it into a sexual thing about being beaten, I think that's where he got the connection of punishment. Like, he's trying to punish his mom, and someone that he hates so much, he gets pleasure seeing that person get punished.
Wow. Jesus.
I'm trying to be as, like, vague as I can without thinking like I know, because I don't know. But this is just what goes through my head and just the things that I've, like, read and watched and stuff like that. Not to say that I've, like, experienced, but, you know, the human mind is so fascinating, and, like, that's what I think when it comes to Christian and his shit. So Anna and Christian, like, their struggle is how can, like, we both want to be with each other, and how will it work? Because even the interview that you mentioned, it was while they were doing, like, the contract negotiation thing, which was a silly scene. It's like, anal fisting, strike it.
Yeah, strike
What
out.
are butt plugs?
You know what anal fisting is, but you don't know what a butt plug is?
Yeah. We find out in another book.
Oh.
Yeah, there's some shit. I can't even remember, but one of it has to do with, like, period sex. I think it might be in the second book.
Woof.
It's been a while. Like, I read these books, like, 5-6 years ago.
Right.
And I didn't really finish the first book when I was rereading it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so the BDSM scenes that we get to see were very tamed. And not to say, like, certain things even in the book, she liked. Like, and even in the end of the whole series, like, they did find the happy medium of, hey, we are a actual real couple and we like kinky shit.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. So Anna was like, yeah, wow, I like all this stuff, but the whole punishment thing still didn't really happen until the end of the first book and the film. Like I was saying, Anna was like, what? How bad can it get? And that was the belt thing. And in the film, I feel like Jamie did a really good job showing his true nature of being a dominant when it comes to punishing.
Yeah.
Because he whips her 6 times with the belt, bare-assed, up on her tippy toes, bent over, and she has to count too. He starts whipping her, and you see his face starting to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And
he's getting off.
Yeah, and Anna's face is pure, like, it hurts like shit, but she is...
It's fear.
It's fear. She is so numb. Like, she can't see Christian's face.
Yeah.
But she can tell with each, like, whip, he is enjoying this. Yeah. And that hurts her. And that's when she's like, don't touch me. She went through all 6 like a trooper, and then she ends things. She's crying, and she's like looking at him like, oh, you like seeing me like this in pain and scared? And of course Christian doesn't really have an explanation because there's still his pants are jizzed.
Right.
He totally got off on that shit. But yeah, and then the book and the film ends with them breaking up.
Right.
And of
just
course,
the breakup.
it's just a breakup. Anna cannot do that life, and there are people like that, because even Christian says, like, you can't fall in love with me. That's not gonna work, because like it's like there's a contract. You gotta sign shit. You gotta negotiate things. It's a business like transaction.
Yeah.
And he was able to have 15 submissive women, and we do get to meet one in the second one who is like still obsessed and still wants to like be with him. And they went so far as to do everything on the contract. And Anna was the one to be like, no, negotiate. And I think Christian also
He liked that, I think.
He liked that. He liked that she was disobedient. But I think he was also falling in love with her and feeling love for the first time, just like Anna was. Like, I don't know. I feel like, because actually, I don't know. There's part of me that like really doesn't want to go down that fucking rabbit hole, but the author wrote 50 Shades of Grey, all three of them through Christian's point of
POV.
view. Yes.
Well, was it a guy writer?
No, it was. I think it was the same writer.
Wait, what?
It was the same writer.
Was a female the writer?
Yes.
A female wrote the book?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Right.
Yes.
Well, I mean, through his point of view, that's what made me think, wait a minute, was that a guy who did it? Because if this was a guy's POV, I mean, I don't know.
Well, it's her character, so
Right.
she can make...
Well, she could do whatever
She
want.
can do whatever she
That's
wants.
just what my
'Cause
thought
he's a fictional
was
character.
like, if this was written by a man, it would only be right to have it through the point of view of the guy. You know, you think. I don't know.
I'm gonna say agree to disagree, just because
Right.
this Christian is, well, it's Twilight, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, but it's her male character. She can make it however
She wants.
she
Right.
wants.
I got you.
I don't know if it's accurate. I mean, there are things about Anna that I'm like, okay, this is not.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I will say one of the most interesting... I've got a couple scenes that I thought were really interesting, and scenes that I literally was like...
Tell me.
Okay, but real quick, let me... Unless I just lost this thought. Fuck, what were we just talking about?
I was talking about the book from Christian's point of view, and then before that I was talking about the punishment thing and the breakup.
I lost what I wanted to say. But I'll move on to something else.
Okay.
So one scene in particular that I thought was super interesting was when they were at dinner or wherever they were, and she wanted to know. She was like, I want to know everything about you. Tell me. Let me know. And she's passed out asleep, and he walks into her room, and he sits on her bed, and he spills his life story.
He spills the tea.
Well, he spills the tea, as it were. And she's asleep. So he doesn't even wake her up. But he is venting to her. And he shows you that, and tells you, to the audience, he tells you, he says, I don't want you to go to, wherever the hell
Georgia.
I don't want you to go to Georgia. Because he is now finding that person that he can confide in. That person that he has feelings for, that he wanted to tell her his... In a way, it was almost like he wasn't going to tell her, but he wanted her to wake up.
Yeah. It was a baby step.
Yeah.
I don't think he's said his past to really anybody except his parents, because they already knew it from his file, and maybe Mrs. Robinson.
Yeah,
You know?
because obviously he would have had
Yeah.
to have taken off his shit, and he's got fucking burn marks all over his chest.
Yeah, and also, quickly I want to point out, in the book, in this first book, he never took off his shirt.
That would make more sense.
Yes.
That would make more sense. Because that was also a thing to me. And I'm so glad that you just brought this up.
Yeah.
Because...
I wanted to make a point to mention that.
I hated that he hated being touched. He hated his torso, but he exposed it the entire fucking time.
That was wrong.
Like, she was always like, I want to know. Why? Why can't I touch you? Why can't I do this? Okay, so we all see these burns Well, why? That is a much more powerful fucking choice. To literally hide yourself and you don't want to be touched. It's like, okay, why?
Okay, I'm going to play both sides
Right.
to this. The book, yes, and that makes so much sense. If you don't want people to touch you in a certain spot that's vulnerable, you wouldn't expose it. You wouldn't even show it.
No.
But for the film, I believe it was for us women to swoon.
Yeah.
Because Jamie Dornan, he made his body amazing.
Sure, he's a
and
chiseled god.
they wanted to show that. And Dakota Johnson, I thought her body looks great too. I'm glad that they didn't make her look super fit, but it was more real.
Yeah.
In a way, like Hollywood real.
Yeah.
She had no bumps and all that shit, but they didn't make her super fit.
Right.
Because the character wasn't supposed to. Also, we don't get the breakdown or the questions that Anna constantly has in her mind about Christian. So I also think that showing his chest in the film gives us a little more, maybe making us think that we're ahead of the curve than Anna, maybe. Because we see these marks. Like, it's like a mystery. Like, oh my God, what are these marks on his chest?
Are they self-inflicted?
Are
Were they abused?
Yeah. I think it makes the audience heads turn. And I know in the film, Anna, she does mention it. Like, she didn't mention it at the moment because she was just, they just met.
She's getting her rocks off for the first time.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
They weren't.
No, they
That was
haven't.
where he just randomly takes off his fucking
And
shirt.
he does that line that you like, if you were mine.
You wouldn't be able to sit down for a week.
What?
What?
So that's my take on that.
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting take. I like that.
What else?
And I also want to bring up the unsung fucking hero for me and probably every guy,
Unsung hero.
boyfriend, husband who was forced to see this film. I probably, and I am sure that all of you really liked, what was his name? You really liked, Taylor. Max Martini. You really liked fucking Taylor.
I'm glad you're bringing him up.
Because I thought Taylor was super interesting. And especially because I know Max Martini. I like Max Martini. And he is so fucking military.
He was in
Taylor
an
is.
episode in Lie to Me.
He was. And he was in Saving Private Ryan.
A couple episodes of Lie to Me.
was he?
He was the chick's like boyfriend or something. It's been a
Was
while.
it? Yeah,
Lie
it
to Me
has
is a
been a
good
minute.
show. If
I
you
did
haven't watched
like it.
Lie to Me, fucking watch that
I did
shit.
like Lie to Me. And I got into that because of you. Anywho, so
He's a military guy.
He is, yeah, and so Taylor he comes into play, and he's so bodyguard, man. He comes in, he's bodyguard, and Dorian only talks to. He's always like, that's my driver. That motherfucker does a lot more than drive.
He's way
for you.
more than a driver.
So it's like, and especially, and you slowly kind of see it in the movie, I guess, because like his mom tries to come in, and he's keeping his mom. He's like, he's sleeping. No, and I assure you, and Taylor is probably one of like 4 people that knows that fucking Dorian does this shit.
Yeah, him,
His
Taylor, lawyer, and housekeeper.
Oh my God, there's a housekeeper.
We get I don't think we see the house. Fuck, I was like watching the movie and reading the book at the same time, trying to like double down on my like shit. But I think we don't meet the housekeeper until the second film. But in the book, we do there are more characters in the book.
Yeah.
And the housekeeper, I can't remember her name, forgive me, she's one of them.
Okay.
Because they don't show it in the film, obviously, because not obviously, but when they first have sex, she loses her virginity, there's blood all over the bed. They acknowledge that in the book.
Thank you.
And Christian says, oh, well, Mrs. I can't think of her name. Oh, she's gonna...
Mrs. Swan.
Yeah, she's gonna enjoy cleaning up this mess.
Oh my
Like she
God.
cleans the red room. I'm sure she had to sign a non-disclosure agreement as well, just like Taylor.
Right.
So those
Well,
two.
I'm sure they all did. And it was funny that he brought up that line in the movie where he was like, "My lawyer insisted."
Yeah.
Well, at least you're going the right way, Christian Dorian. At least you're going the right way
Dorian.
by at least making a legal plan to where he's like, I'm doing all of this to you so you're not going to be able to come back and bite me in the ass.
Yeah, he's
legally.
Well, because
You're agreeing to this. And
he's
I have a lawyer who knows.
He's a smart businessman.
Right.
That's why he's so successful. He's 27 years old, and he's like the richest man in the world kind of thing.
Fuck him.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, Taylor, he was super interesting to me. And I was just like, I didn't get enough of him. I want more.
There is a little bit more in the book, not as much, but
Yeah.
I agree with you. I think Taylor is such an interesting character because he does his job, but he cares.
Yeah.
Like he loves Christian and he loves Anna. Like he would be her protector.
Yeah.
Like he would never let anything happen to her.
And I saw that, and you know, Max did a really good job of giving me that. This is why sometimes I find fucking side characters just so fucking
Exactly.
amazing.
He had barely any lines,
Yeah.
but his presence was so strong.
Yeah.
And you can't ignore him.
Right. You know, and it was just like, okay, dude, you're fucking slaying me. And I guess I remember that he has a little bit more say in the other ones.
He does.
You know? But yeah.
But still they keep him a mystery.
Right.
Yeah.
The clothes. So when he goes out and buys her clothes and she says like, oh, well,
Taylor has good
taste.
Yeah.
Taylor has good how many times has he probably had to buy those fucking clothes for women? You know, I mean, I don't know. But also, it's just like...
Yeah, well,
he's got the good taste, but going back to what you were saying about how he cares, you know, when he had the card at the airport and he had the card and it said "Steal," she just goes, "God, Taylor, do you think I wouldn't know? You think I wouldn't notice you?"
Yeah.
Well, he put his hand on her back like that caring kind of father, like, "All right, come on, you know, we're going in." You know, it was just like, all right, or more or less, like.
Yeah,
he was her fucking security.
Yeah, there's a little more of that in the book where she does like to kind of dick around with Taylor in a sense of like, all right, come on, like you don't have to call me Miss Steele, please call me Anna. Like he's so professional, but you know that he loves his job, but he also cares, and I think he knows Christian so well that. Because I'm sure Taylor probably did some of the scouting, trying to find out more about Anna.
Yeah.
Or maybe not. I can't fully remember. We're not talking about the other films, but Taylor is more involved than you think. Again, it's another like Sunset Boulevard thing with Norma, Desmond, and Max, where it's like if you have like a driver or an assistant and you live alone, that person pretty much is like your best friend.
Yeah.
Even though you pay their salary and it's always professional, but like, how could you not have, like, still being professional, there is still a relationship.
Yeah.
Like, I don't remember if anything is said or I've read, but Christian completely trusts Taylor with his life and Anna.
Yeah. So
there is a deep connection, and I think the actor did an amazing job, way better than anyone else.
Yeah.
He deserves like kudos.
Fuck yeah.
The actor, yeah, he was really, really great.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to? I feel like I'm more like it's kind of different and it's fun. Like I feel like I'm interviewing you and your thoughts of the film because I don't know.
It is, you know,
just more to get your perspective. Like I could have done, oh yeah, this is the movie, this is the film, these are my ideas, but I already kind of like know. Like I love seeing your perspective because you didn't read the books.
No,
we mainly are a film podcast. I love hearing your what the film did for you without reading the book.
Yeah, you know,
I know there were parts that you liked.
I like that. Yeah, okay. So I think that, believe it or not, I think that the premise of the story is really interesting. The contract, as silly as that is super fucking interesting because
I should have you read the contract one time.
Because it is, to me, it is just so interesting because it's like, this is a fucking character. This is a guy that thought this through.
I'm sure it's been revised like 15 times.
I am going to be fucking having a contract, like just saying a contract for sex. If that doesn't pique your fucking interest, like seriously, that is a really good on the author for saying, I'm going to make a contract for sex, because that's really going to reel him in. Because that has me fucking interested.
Yeah, it does. And
You
it's
know.
funny, the writer, she helped with the screenplay. Kelly Marcel, I did a quick Wikipedia, but, and I remember hearing this too, but the writer of the book was insufferable when it came to trying to control, which I get. It's her baby, it's her book, but I don't know the specifics, but it got to a point where the screenwriter and her were just bashing heads, and she tried to have more of a hand in the film than the film people wanted. But it made her pretty much leave the project. And there's a quote that says, if this were to come to me with my knowledge of what the outcome is going to be, I would say no. So I don't think she even really liked the film.
Yeah. Well, fuck, she probably didn't.
Yeah.
Especially from everything that you're telling me. Because everything that you are telling me from the book is honestly what makes me intrigued by the story.
The dominant of this film was Hollywood.
Yeah.
And I think if Francesca Lea Block wrote this shit, it would have been it would have been so much better.
Yeah.
It would have been more imaginative, intelligent. I'm on the author's side for wanting to have control of her fucking creation.
Yeah.
But she's not that great of a writer to begin with, and I think she probably should have been more flexible. Just finding people for this film, I don't know what they were trying to do, but they went through so many people with actors, screenplay writers, directors, because this was such a hot book. And they did everything in secret. It could have been handled better, just like anything with film. We love film.
Yeah.
But it is such a touchy subject when it is a book turned into a screenplay.
And the beauty about books is that the story can be told, and you essentially, it's theater of the mind.
Yeah, we are the camera.
Yeah, you are the camera. You are making everything up, essentially. The author is just a great author, describes to you the world, and then you create it.
Yes.
They describe the world, and then it becomes into your vision, essentially. So that is the beauty of writing. That is the beauty of books. That is the beauty of authors.
Exactly.
I know, especially when I was young, I was always like, oh my God, I would love to see this as a movie. And then I'd be disappointed.
You get your wish, yeah.
Yeah, with some. You know, some would blow my mind and be like, how did you do it?
Yeah.
But it's like...
But then, the film version is through that person's point of view of how they visioned the book. It's a no-win situation because everyone's imagination is different.
Right.
Thankfully, I fucking love that.
Yes.
But it's impossible. Just leave books as books, maybe. Or, you know what? Don't do that. Make a film. It's your baby. It's your creation. Just appreciate the fact that if you read the book, you know everything that's really going down. A film can only be so long, just like a podcast. Yeah. And it can take you years to finish a book. It doesn't matter. It's on your time. But it's film is business. You gotta put out the best parts.
Yes.
So I think that's the best way to put this.
Yeah.
Is it the best book in the world? Absolutely not. It is totally ridiculous, but it's a guilty pleasure.
But it's interesting.
And it's an interesting
the
story.
The story is interesting.
And
the story is very interesting.
Yeah, and I think what you want to know more.
Yeah.
Because of the book stuff that you didn't get to see in the film.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, would you watch the film without me?
Yeah, fuck no.
Yeah, I knew that.
It's a fuck no for me. I will not ever watch this film without you. However, the story is interesting. The story is very interesting, and I don't know if I'd ever want to read the book. Maybe audio tape for the first, but I don't know. if I will personally sit through and read the book. But I do find the story interesting. I do find
The story is interesting.
Very fucking interesting.
I think you would enjoy it if it was a better writer.
Yeah.
She had great ideas, but she should have found someone that could execute a full book and not just fan fiction.
Yeah.
Like a short story. A lot, like, there are parts, and that's why I said, like, I skimmed through a lot of shit, because really it's just a bunch of filler. It's just a bunch of bullshit. But when I got to parts that I was interested in, I stopped. And I was like, okay, this is great. It was sexy. I was turned on, and I was in this world. I was feeling like Anna kind of thing, and I'm in this. Then it's like, oh, fuck, okay, skim through this bullshit, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
It's just, it's an interesting story that could have been executed better, book-wise and film-wise, but still, I like it. It's my guilty pleasure. I watch it, and I would prefer to watch it by myself than with you, honestly.
You'd prefer to watch it by yourself without me?
Yeah.
Because I, like, ruin it?
No, it's not like you ruin it, but when I watch it alone, I forgive the silliness. And I get more into book.
The book. Okay.
Book. I get more into book mode.
I got you. No, I
without
get it.
you, yeah. It's
because
just like
I'm gonna see it silly.
Yeah, because it's just like the book. I read the book on my own, and I get into my own little thing. And then with the film, yeah, I couldn't watch it with anyone.
Right.
Girlfriend, boyfriend, husband, like never my mother.
And that's something that's interesting. Let's jump to, if we got just a little bit of time left.
Yeah.
Real quick, let's go back. Dakota Johnson, her
Oh my-
mom.
thank you.
I remember that when we first saw the fucking film.
It was an interview for some award show.
Yeah.
And Dakota Johnson's mother is...
She's in Milk Money. I can't remember the actress's name.
Yeah, she's in another film that she was married to Antonio Banderas.
Shit.
That's not Dakota Johnson's father, though.
Father's the Marlboro Man.
It's gonna fucking kill me. Melanie Griffith.
Melanie Griffith.
Melanie
There it
Griffith.
is.
That is her. So they were together at an award show, and it was the first 50 Shades.
Yeah.
Came out, and the interviewer was like, "Oh, Melanie, have you seen 50 Shades?"
Yeah, and she said Melanie was straight up, just like, no, I don't think it's really something that I would like to go see. And then fucking Dakota Johnson got offended and was like, why would you not want to see, on camera to her mother, and was like, why would you not want to see this? And I could only think, and I know you, it's like, bitch, that's your mom. I wouldn't want my mom to, if I was Dorian fucking Gray, I would not want my mother to come fucking...
Christian
If
Grey.
I was Christian Dorian, whoever the fuck
Or Jamie,
Grey,
or...
if
okay,
I was
the
Jamie Gray Dornan, then I would not want my mother to come see this film. Be like, Jarokk's mom, do you ever fucking... Are you so happy to... Would you go see your son? No. Yeah, I would. Why the fuck would you come see me? No, I'd much rather them say no.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Well...
And especially how fucking, like...
Well, I think...
She was so exposed.
Well, I think we were more taken aback by Dakota's reaction. She was acting like a spoiled brat, kind of like, oh, God, whatever. You haven't seen it. Yeah, I know. You haven't seen it, Mom. God.
God.
Oh, God.
Go.
Like, I feel like she, like, crossed her arms on her chest and is just like, oh, God, Mom. You don't support me in anything. You didn't even want me to do this movie in the first place. Fuck.
She did fuck.
While biting her lip.
Yeah, so.
But I don't know. I've performed some wild shit with my family front row.
Yeah.
With a phone cord while having phone sex.
Oh, yeah, that's
singing a
great.
song and orgasming. So
That was great.
I'm in the middle. I didn't get naked or anything like
You
that.
didn't get as hardcore as her. You had fucking phone sex with a cord for a fucking musical song.
Yes.
Like, that was it, dude.
Yeah.
You didn't, like, yourself wasn't exposed.
But I understand having the, I worked so hard on that number.
I know you did.
Like, I don't think I've worked on anything as much as I did that performance. It was a call from the Vatican from the musical 9. That's what I was doing, what I did. And I was proud of it. Even our teacher is like, because my grandmother, she, handicapped, she needed to be in the front, and he was just like, so you're okay with your grandmother being front row while I pretty much was doing number 17, the spread eagle with a phone cord attached to each ankle.
Oh.
I'm just like, yeah.
Fine.
It'll be a little embarrassing, but you know what? The fact that they showed up, I had other people show up to support me. I don't know. I'm
okay.
I'm on both. It's
all right.
So anyway, we gotta
get
this
put the stake in the vampire
with
here.
the stake and the sparkly vampire. This is the skin of a killer, Boa.
Fuck!
Let's go back. Let's go back to the
handy dandy Shakespearean notebook.
notebook. Okay, who was the naughty lily-livered ticklebrine? That is wicked, worthless. Not naughty as in good naughty, naughty as in bad naughty. Easily scared, drunkard.
Oh, Bella.
Anna. Yeah.
Hands fucking down, Anna.
Yeah, for that scene when she got really drunk at the restaurant or the bar and whatnot.
Well, a lot of it. Because
Oh.
she was just an idiot. Because it's like, he's telling you, he is giving you a fucking contract. All of this shit that he wants. And you're not running for the fucking hills. You are like, I want more. I'm intrigued. And then he gives you more. And he spanks you in the ass. And he does all this shit. And at the same time, you're sitting there wanting it. And then you're like, oh my god, no, don't touch me. Don't ever do anything. And it's like, he wrote it in a book for you. He gave you he let you know. He said, Anna, this is what I fucking want. Yes or no? And she's over here going, oh, sure. Why not? And then it's, oh, don't you ever touch me. You're disgusting. Bitch, he told you yet again.
How long were you holding this in?
All fucking time, I guess. I don't know. It
This
just came to
episode
me.
can go on forever.
I know.
I really feel like it.
It could.
Because
but
I
we
don't,
really gotta,
I know, I don't disagree with you, but there are things that I will disagree with you
So,
on this. Fine.
I've got a fucking thing. I've got a thing here. This is what we're gonna do for this. I'm already making your choice. I want to do the second one for you.
Oh.
I wanna do-
You want to be the dominant and pick my choice for me.
I do. I want to be the dominant. Pick your choice.
Where's the contract?
I think
I need a contract
I'll
first.
get it for you.
Where's my lawyer?
I'll get it for you.
right.
So I do. I think we should do the 3 movies.
What?
I think we should.
I
because
did not
talking-
expect that at all.
I know. And I didn't expect to want to fucking talk about this. But I am intrigued by the story, and I only think it's right that we just push through.
Plow through.
And especially because I just had a little rant, and you want to fucking... You want to get on it.
I want a rebuttal.
You want a rebuttal, and we're running out of time.
Yes.
So, we're going to do that, but this is what I'm going to do for my choice.
Yes.
Then it's only right if we're going to do a 3-parter for you. We're going to do a 3-parter for me.
Okay.
So I am choosing, for my first 3-parter, we're doing The Fellowship of the Ring. It is only right that I choose fucking Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the fucking Rings.
That's a good choice.
Thank you.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Thank you. So that is what we are going to do. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes.
On this wonderful night in this, we're almost at time, but that's okay. Thank you so much. You can find us on all podcasting platforms.
Yes, and also I want to mention we recently hit 1,000 downloads and listens.
Yes, thank you.
And we want to say thank you to everyone that listens, who interacts with us. Like, we love doing this, and we
Yes.
love that everyone is
loving and listening.
listening and supporting us. We celebrated by donating to the Trevor Project. I'm going to put a link of their website on the description of this episode if you want to donate. It is to help youth in the LGBTQIA plus community. If they ever feel like they're depressed or want to commit suicide, it's like a suicide hotline.
Yeah.
And it gives them support. So, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we are all over social media. We are on Instagram, movies.contemplation_pod. We are on Twitter, movies_pod. Our email is movies.contemplation@gmail.com. And we are on Facebook, Movies and Contemplation.
Yes.
We've got a trilogy happening.
Trilogy!
Bye, guys.
All
We
right,
love
everybody.
you.
Yes, thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.